Alright, we're pressing the button early because... I mean, I guess there's no rush. We're not on restream. Hello, Clara. I will take a drink. Hope you're doing alright. My voice was doing okay earlier today, and then it got into, like, heavy mucus territory tonight. Ugh. Fun discussion topic. We're playing Julo. He is going to win. He is from down under, like Sayward. You're in a sour mood? I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things get better. I had a deer run into my partner's car when I was driving home yesterday. So, it's been like the better part of a day to not be, like, super off myself. So, fortunately the deer survived. I guess survived. The car is okay. It literally ran into the driver's side door. I didn't see it until it leapt into the car, which was scary. Very scary. There are an absurd amount of deer up here, especially from the farm to the house, because it's like all wooded areas. I had already made a trip back to the house to pick up chairs and gone back to the farm, and I had to stop twice to let deer cross. And then it was like 2 minutes from the farm. The house is like less than 10. So I was able to turn around, and then my partner came back with me, and then we had to stop again because there were more deer running across the street. And they were like, it's perversely funny that you're the one who wound up having a deer hit their car because you drive the slowest out of all of us by far. Like, yay, my trauma. I'm gonna ready up. Anyway, yeah, we're playing Julo. It's Cabookey, so he can't do as many crazy routes, probably. I hope he does, though. It's entertaining. It is, he said, what? This is 10 p.m. here. Almost. He readied up, by the way, so. Yeah, it's like 2 p.m. Tuesday for him. It's like playing with Sayward. Yeah, sure. Oh, wow, you're still talking. You got 2 lines there, kid. Gotcha. Garbage. If it was open, even in a tournament, I would have reset that. But then I have to sit through the whole uncle spiel again. Well, then we're off to a really ugly start here. Yikes. Nothing of value. So yeah, that was it was pretty brutal. And my brain decided to go into the super helpful you're to blame for everything mode last night, which was great. Always love that. Interesting. We are reducing the likelihood that we need to go into Castle Tower here. Ah! Guild mode, seriously? was like, I didn't mean to hit it. Like, I feel horrible for doing that to your car, etc., etc. And they're like, no. Like, not your fault. Nothing you could do. It's not ruined. And my brain's like, yeah, but what if? What if I disagreed with all of those sentiments? I think that's a possibility that we could deal with. Really? We clinked at the end there? I disagree with that. Alright. So we're either getting the small key in Dark Cross or something to go into Castle Tower. So this is a very boring opening. Fortunately, I've largely been able to break free of it today, but there have been so many times in which those kind of like feelings take over for days at a time, if not longer. And also just like was really jarred by, you know, possibly hurting a animal. That was my initial worry. Because in spite of the relatively limited damage, ultimately, it was still a loud fucking noise when it hit the car. And I was like, my partner's car is not that big. Doesn't mean it can't hit and kill things, because cars, but there's less of a chance. But you don't know. I was like, I expected to get out of the car and then see, you know, they're no longer being a deer. Boring. I've never hit one either. My sister did. And then we drove the car that she hit it with for years after that. My sister beat the ever-living bejesus out of that car. No. I mean, that's not bad to get Castle Tower keys, but... I mean, we have money. Why do I never get that dash off? Everybody else gets that dash off. I never get that dash off. That guy died. But, I mean... Once I got out of the car, and it sounded like absolute death to open the driver's side door, but... My partner used a hammer earlier today, and it's mostly fixed, so yay. But yeah, there wasn't anything in the road. There were deer jumping away in the fields, and I assume one of those was the deer. Screw that. Sure. Not quite sore money. I didn't want that. Gross. I don't think I bonk for another bomb. We have enough for the checks. Actual garbage. Weird things, game. Oh boy. Too good, really. I enjoyed the pictures with the dogs, by the way. Love to have a bunch of friends hanging around. Oh dear. Weird things. No. Before I came up here to set up, Gravy was... My partner's got a, like, back brace thing. It's used for posture, and they usually use it when they're driving for long periods, but sometimes when they're doing illustration in bed and their posture gets off. But Gravy absolutely loves that thing. And she spent most of the day, when anybody's in there, wanting to get back onto the little, I call it the gravy bucket. It's just a bucket seat, but she loves it. Eastern? And Wander was there, he passed out. I say that Wander's actions are basically guided by like RNG or the spin of like 20-sided die or something like that. Because we never really know what he's doing. And I'm not fully sure that he's usually knows what he's doing. I really don't want to go to Eastern without the big key. Will I get $39 before we water walk? Oh wow, that lag. That lag though. Ah, we almost AFG'd our way out of here. It was almost really bad. Cute. Oh, Jesus Christ. Huh. Well, it's pick which area you want to gamble. Great. I'm Sam 1 from being able to beat Eastern, albeit not in logic. It's garbage. 2 from desert. 1 from desert. I don't have enough bombs to splash delete if there's something on Zora Ledge, though. Which is not ideal. Well, it's money we're not getting. That's fine. I hope that fireball despawned, and it didn't. But I didn't run into it, so that was good. Great. Sure. Crap. You. Well, this feels like I'm gonna make the wrong choice. Wrong way. Fire source from beating desert, albeit not in logic. Big key from beating eastern, albeit not in logic. Like, if the eastern big key was here, I think I'd just pivot and go to eastern. But if not, and it isn't. That's 2 of those. You know what? Yeah, screw it, just do this first. Because if this is the fire source, then we're just gonna beat deserts. Ew. Oh, that's bad. I mean, unless I get the nice flute. Unless I get the nice flute. I don't know when the hell. No, I mean, I know when the hell I check that shovel. I think I check it before Eastern. No, I meant to say after Eastern. But actually, I think the better thing could be before Eastern. There's a lot of ew. I rolled some real garbage here. Nice rod. Not the rod I was looking for. That was sloppy. Well, this was the wrong choice. Unless the shovel is something. Which kind of makes me think I should follow up on that. Useful small key? Pod 4. Alright. I think this is the right call. Except for that part. Oh, you're not dead. Good work, me. That would have been good to pick up. That's disgusting too. I mean, that paid off with something. Yeah, we hit the angle. Boy. This feels like I have hemorrhaged a lot of time. I mean, pretty much this needs to pay off. Could see if the money... Interesting. Out of the way, folks. Bombs? No. Money. Alright, do I care? Maybe. It's a definite maybe. Definitely don't love the fact that I'm chasing a one-off that led to another one-off, albeit logical. I mean, those flippers were needed. They just provided logic right now. But it also provided one more in-logic thing in Eastern, so... whatever. Having this as a save and quit is not bad, though. Assuming I don't die. This being a glove or hammer is probably best case scenario. Or mirror, I guess. Nope. Wrong call. Good on me. With the glove, though, I still need to do Saha first. Excuse me. Great. Oh, that sucks. That's so bad. I don't think I can go to just... God damn, that sucks. I mean, the thing is that lamp would be needed to beat desert. The Desert Palace Classic, he could just be putting it in logic. But I can't bail here. And just keep, like, going back and forth to places. Oh. Oh. Gross. That's not good at all. I do not want that choice. Shooters. Nice flute. Well, that makes things a little easier. And it makes the call right now simple. Yeah, this is a great rush eastern seed, especially if the big key is buried. Rush eastern pays off when I don't rush it. Interesting. Alright, so it's right now it's going to be activate noise flute, go beat desert, and my guess is that progression is in those 3 checks, but if not, then we go do the 2 things in Castle Tower. Cool. Good stuff. Do, 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 do. This is already like started off as the worst sinus season I've had out of all of these. It's just brutal. I have an ENT appointment scheduled for Thursday, but I need to get in touch with somebody who can give me an answer about insurance. Because I get the appointment covered by insurance, but like the only way that this is actually going to get better is via surgical intervention, and the reason I'm looking to them is because the people that I saw in Connecticut sucked. The first surgeon I saw at Yale New Haven was actually great, but my surgery there got canceled several years ago when COVID had its second wave. ENT, not EMT. Ear, nose, and throat. And then I went to the local ENTs, who I had seen initially and failed to diagnose my issues, which was already one strike against them. Really should be picking up the magic. And the last 2 people I saw there were absolutely 2 of the most condescending doctors that I've ever had the displeasure of meeting. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see Castle Tower 2. There's lots of silly options that can pop, but that wouldn't surprise me. The last one was very special, though, because their office had asked me specifically to bring in the imaging scans that I'd gotten when I got a CT, or a CAT scan. And I did. And the doctor came in and was, you know, I talked to, I think it was the nurse. Yeah, and she was fine. And then the doctor came in and like asked, all right, so like, why are you here? And I'm like, well, you see on my chart that you totally read, right? There's I have pretty badly deviated septum and enlarged turbinates, which caused me to have that was worth a shot, literally. You're extremely wary of doctors and hospitals. Oh, me too. Yep, knew it. Called it. Oh, goody. Alright, boy, this puts a lot of cursed garbage in. No, charts weren't for reading. The imaging scans were not for, perusal. Nah. Who needs to do that? When you can come in and tell me, well, everybody's septum is like a little bit deviated. And I'm sitting there like, huh. That sounds an awful lot like the really awful, yet still common notion that, like, everybody's a little autistic. Alright, thanks for the dismissal. Everybody's septum's a little bit deviated. Alright, how about you look at that thing? And he's like, oh, okay, so what do you want? Surgery? I'm like, I would like to discuss the possibility of surgery. Yes, it's an option because, it was at one point going to be the option, and it got canceled. And then we didn't have a car that could travel to New Haven reliably. So he's like, well, all right. So he was like, actually, before even reading like my charts or anything like that, didn't look at a single thing. So he's willing to be dismissive of my own, evaluation for diagnosis I've received. And he's willing to just jump right into scheduling a surgery. It's like, is that how it works? Is that how ethics work? Sorry, I didn't go to Hollywood Upstairs Medical College. I'm trying to think about what's the best way to... You know what, I'm just going to do this. I don't know that's really the best thing to do. It might be, actually. Ether's pretty fast. This keeps them still. Yeah, please. So anyway, he goes out to actually look at the scans. He finally goes and does it. He goes and looks at the scans. And then he comes back in, he's like, oh, you got a really deviated septum. I'm like, I do. I wish somebody had told me. Shoot. Yeah, do you want to schedule a surgery with me? No. No, I don't. The group up here supposedly has a good reputation. I'll believe my doctor, I guess. But, like, if I can't get my insurance to cover all of a surgery, there's, like, no point in going to see an ENT up here. They're not going to do anything that's going to remedy the situation. It can only be markedly changed by a surgery. That's it. I take mitigations, but once we get to this weather, it's like everyone's septum is on the... Yeah, it's just a little... The tone was so different when he came back in, and I'm like, how was anything that preceded this okay? And it's just a casual, like, oh yeah, it is. I guess so. Thanks, you were pretty much like calling me a liar earlier, but, there is like nothing available here. We're going to Catfish first. It's probably pod. A lot of stuff is open in pod, but no, actually screw it. Go to pod first. That's 8 things in logic. That's my bad. Let's go to pod first. Also, we have that small key up there. Yeah, I was just, even by crappy doctor standards, and I've had some really, really good ones in terms of awfulness. So I guess really, really awful ones, but I don't know. Nice Kiki dash. Yeah, this guy was pretty special. Very, very shockingly full of himself. Do I do the vanilla big key chest? Kind of think I do. The worst contingent of doctors. I think I've talked about this on stream before, though. That I've had have been neurologists. I've had 0 good experiences with neurologists. The best one was what? Oh God, yeah. There was one guy. So the first time, it took forever to get the first appointment with him. So then do I do catfish after or before I go there, or just like skip it? Kind of feel like skipping is justifiable. So it took frickin' forever to get the appointment. So finally get it. Go to the office. I would say it was somewhere around 11 o'clock appointment, 11 a.m. And what? I almost blew myself up there. I probably should have opened the... Oh yeah, I should have... No, well, that's fine. Same difference. So, like 11 o'clock appointment, and we're there for... Jeez. I don't know. In the actual appointment room. That's cool. For 45 minutes, maybe closer to an hour, and then finally an intern comes. And she said that, she had come over from the hospital, which is where the doctor was right now. Yeah. Oh, this is going to get really... This guy's story is pretty good. Alright, well, it was just hookshot, really. So, the person comes in, like, she did an adequate job. She was a medical intern, She wasn't the person that we were waiting months to see, because, by now, maybe she's a neurologist herself and hopefully nicer than this guy. Fun. So she tells us, like, okay, sorry, but he's at the, probably should have done those other things first. Oh well. Disagree? Hard disagree. So like, okay, you know, he'll be here soon, TM. All right, if you say so. So we sat there and waited, and we waited, and we waited, and then we continued waiting. And we waited for a very, very long time. We waited so long that my mom needed to get back to work. Do I care? Oh gosh, I do. Interesting. Cape wear. So, you know, feel it's pretty reasonable to be pretty annoyed after being there for literally hours. Literally hours. Nobody else, save for that intern, came to the room to say anything. Doctors, you know, we got stuck doing I don't know what at the hospital. Can't really say traffic. It's they're literally right around the corner for each other, but they could have at least pretended, I guess. Oh yes, hours. Like, we got there at 11, and my mom had to get back to work for, like, she was supposed to be back by 2. She was, at that point, she was an assistant manager at a bus company. So she had some leeway in terms of time that she could, you know, she didn't have to immediately be back, but and we had one car. We had one car. So it was like, and that office was technically within walking range of our house, but it's like, it's definitely not a comfortable walk. It's not a it's not a super close walk. Great. So she had to get back to work, and she waited longer than, you know. So we left, and then the person in the front office was like, "Oh, what are you like?" Basically, like, "Oh, are you leaving?" And both my mom and I are pretty calm people, but she was that's cute. She was quite pissed, and rightly so. Cute. These options, though. So they were like pretty incredulous too, which I found hilarious. Like, why are you leaving? Like, we've been here for 3 freaking hours. Like, if it had been at all convenient to get that appointment, at all, we would have been gone way before that. It took months upon months just to get that first appointment, and the guy didn't even show. So, there we go. We wound up rescheduling, and we got stuck with the same guy. And no joke, maybe 10 seconds into the appointment, when we actually got the appointment and he actually showed up, he gets a call from his wife. And he just leaves the room. He was gone. So he was gone from the room, but he didn't close the door. He's out there, maybe maybe 10 feet from the door. In the hallway, no doubt surrounded by plenty of other people from that office. And he is just absolutely ripping the ever-living crap out of his wife. Just like insulting her up and down. About as like callous and misogynistic crap you can think of. It's something that he said and did, and so he eventually comes back into the room for which he had an appointment. Remember that? And proceeds to tell me how I need to suck it up and just deal with my chronic head pain caused by concussions. And that, yeah, basically like, you're a wimp if you don't. I'm taking that. And I was just like stunned, because what the hell do you say? What do you say when people say stuff that's so bafflingly callous? It's like, cool. Good talk, I guess. So that time, like, before we left, my mom filed a formal complaint, and then they wound up following up with us about stuff. Who knows? I doubt anything went anywhere. He's a respected neurologist. Just that guy totally sucked. Trying to think what other trash fests. I went to see a GI person about I have a lot of long-term issues. And that was another one where it was just like, yeah, the only thing he would suggest or call for was an endoscopy. And I had an endoscopy when I was 11. And it did not go well. It didn't yield anything, first off, but it was a profoundly unenjoyable experience. And I just didn't want to do it again. And yeah, that was another one of like, let me not so subtly call you a wimp about things. I'm like, that's neat. That's fun. Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, my Smith friend, I'm sorry. You are probably going to die. Nice hype cave, by the way. That's a lot of stuff to a lot of places. Suddenly the map went from like really restricted. So that guy sucked. My vocal coach wanted me to see. She probably still wants me to see a GI person because of the reflex. Oh, right. Well, that sucks. That's okay, actually. I forgot about this. It's not cross keys. Can't just take him in there. Can take him into Hype Cave. You can't take him in there. That's fine. We'll knock the sick kid check out. We'll get rid of this guy. Thank you. Pod 5. When I was a kid, so how old was I at this for this one? I mean, I was a kid in the other story I just told too, but Sankart? Yeah. Went to a dentist. And the first time I went there, I don't know if I need to do this again. Do I? Yeah, I do. I'm silly. I thought I did, and then I found it out. Wound up having to get a baby tooth extracted, and it was really, really traumatizing. Because I've never liked needles from when I was like very young, all the way to now. And, you know, the freaking Novocaine needle at that point was, I don't know what they look like these days, but that was at least to however old I was, 8 or 9, probably 9. Looked enormous. Great. So had to go back to get another tooth extracted. And you know, this time I knew what was coming. Although the irony is going to be that I didn't know what was coming. You know, and I started having like a panic attack about the needles and stuff. So the dentist was like, no, okay, no, it's alright, don't worry about it. You know, that's okay. You know, we don't need to, you know, not gonna do anything with the needles. Just, you know, let me get a look inside your mouth to see, you know, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he like couched it as like a basically if there's something that we can do without using the needles. And I was like, oh, well, that sounds great. You know, I trust you. I am 9 years old and trust way too implicitly. And he opened my mouth a little bit more and, you know, was looking in. And then no Novocaine, nothing. Yanks the tooth out. That seems like a breach of ethics, to me at least, particularly in retrospect. And yet I don't remember anything really coming of that, other than me having a crippling fear and distrust of dentists. So, you know, win, I guess. Great. Do I do these mirror checks? Kinda don't want to. Great. What do I need for go? I need GT big, Eastern big, Pod big. It's a lot of big keys. Fire rod. Samaria. TR big. Thieves big. That's a lot of stuff still. Please stop. So yeah, like I've been to, it's not great, but I've only been to like one dentist since then. And I did not last very long because they just started doing stuff without consent, without consultation. Just doing stuff. I'm like, that's not okay with me. There's a thing dentists can do. Oh, what is that? to stop thumb sucking. I don't know where this is going. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Probably didn't need those, but let's not take chances. Don't snap down on me. They basically have braces inside the mouth of the blade or spikes. Oh, that's wonderful. Ah. Let's not say we did. Just this guy though. This guy though, what with his stuff and such? Pff, really? Oh my gosh, hello a non-binary alien. Thank you for the sub. Oh my gosh, that's always unnecessary. Oh, interesting. Because it gets the tongue. Oh, that's fucked up. Appreciate that so much though, a non-binary alien. Welcome to Arya and Clara discuss awfulness of medical professionals. Your sub helps fund cat photos in the slideshow. I appreciate it. Yes, it does. I could never put that together without sub money. I mean, I probably could and would and will continue to no matter what, but cause permanent damage to the tongue. Great. Yeah, I slightly changed the layout because there was more stuff I wanted to put in and I was running out of room. And I'm just like, crap. Well, how am I gonna put more crap in if I don't make room for more crap? Medical trauma, yes, medical trauma. Non-stop, always, only the best. Only the finest of medical trauma around here. I probably have more bad stories too. I'm trying to think of what other awful doctors and stuff. Great. The nurses at our local hospital like gang up to hold me down to get blood drawn. And again, I have a fear of needles, but the last like year plus, in which I've been getting my blood drawn with far greater frequency than I have in a very long time. What for the HRT and such, and also for the testing for the Lyme disease and such. Well, I guess that guy died. That was a thing that happened right there. Well, that's also something that happened. I have seen that, hey, guess what? Phlebotomists can do stuff to like help, you feel less tension and distract you from the thing that's happening. I still get it was funny because the most recent time I went, I thought I was like the most calm I've ever been at any of those appointments. And then my partner was like, yeah, you were like really red at the beginning, like when it was starting, and then ash white when they were drawing the blood. I'm like, oh, I thought I was like calm. You feel like my list of good doctor hospital experience is significantly oh, it is way shorter. You committed yourself end of August. Sorry to hear that. Oh no. Are you doing okay? Sorry to hear that too. Yeah, I've heard not great feedback as well. Very sorry. Yeah, my list of good doctor stories is very minimal. And basically every good doctor I've had winds up leaving, and then I don't find another good doctor at the same place. And then it's just like, well, you're screwed. LOL, you are screwed. Do I do... Great, I don't care. Well, that's not good. Do I skip iced tea now? Do I skip this if I don't hit this? I kind of want to skip iced tea now. Screw it. Let's do that. Alright, very excited to see what crucial item it is that I left behind in iced tea, but I know I'm a massive underdog in this race, so let's just do some stuff. That's not what I want. He's gonna get me again. Thank you. Please don't hit me. Alright, let's go, kids. Oh, we're still rolling with this, eh? You're still going, eh? Boy, oh boy. That guy's dead. Are you dead? You're not dead. Now he's dead. Huge. Now I know that that pendant I got is a pendant. Garbage. Friggin' fillet was the first item. Like, what a busted seed. What a bad mode. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I think I've had like one good therapist, and then he left and he was replaced by clowns, basically. The person I'm seeing now, she's pretty good. But that's many years. Oh, pendant number 3. Interesting. What? Hands, please. Work. They don't work. The facility was like, every time you expressed your genuine frustration, they were like, wow, you seem kind of threatening to me. Oh, great. Yeah, that's good. That's good shit right there. That's nice cop talk. This place sucks. That's really awful. Please stop. Yeah, I don't like. Oh, I don't like that. That was an error. Got away with it, but still an error. Hmm. Interesting. So what can be in GT can only have what? Its own big key. That's like basically it. You wake up. Can we get in? Wakes up at 4 a.m. in pain. Can you get ibuprofen? Can't do that without doctor approval. It's 4 a.m. You're not calling him. I can give you an aspirin. It's awful. So bad. Gross. That's really gross. I don't want that key at all. We're starting to run low on stuff, which is not great. Well, we can get into Meyer, no matter what. I thought that was GT4. Yeah, it's really interesting just how many people in the medical profession just don't really give a crap about people actually being healthy and safe. It's wild. Thank you. That's... I still think I do Meyer first. In the loony bin. Anywhere. Anywhere. I mean, I've had more than enough, you know, supposedly. Okay, so GT is garbage again. You know, supposedly serious, professional doctors who just like absolutely give zero craps. Do I care about cutscene? Don't know that I do. What I do have to give a crap about is going to the bathroom. Good times. Don't care. Don't care. Oh, freaking god damn it. To readjust my seat and then I hit the button. Ah. HRT, I love you, but like the whole having to pee all the time thing just really gets old fast. I mean, the healthcare system also doesn't treat the work. Oh, damn straight. Okay. I'm pretty sure I like smacked this guy in the face twice, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean, we saw some wonderful evidence of that when, you know, the pandemic hit. And then the healthcare workers, many of them, unfortunately, also followed the suit of like, hey, screw everybody else. Screw everybody else now. One of the aforementioned ENT doctors in Connecticut, not the one I was specifically mentioning earlier, another one who sucked. Like, argued with me about COVID, and then tried to like, he made this whole thing about like wanting me to take my mask off, and I thought it was to like do an examination of, you know, my nose, and I'm just sitting there for like minutes, and I'm like, so are we like doing this? Or and he's like, oh no, I don't need to look at anything. I'm like, fuck you. Like, seriously, you don't want to wear a fucking mask? Awesome, great, sucks, but great. But yeah, no, it's like, just, we'll trick you to have you take yours off and not protect yourself. Excellent. Wonderful. Great, that's not a key I wanted. Week on, yeah. I'm starting to come up on a bunch of stray ends, and I don't like it. I mean, I'm purposely leaving some stray ends, so that's on me, but it's also not great. Feels like the kind of sacrifices I have to make. Oh, is that in relation to that other story? From a doctor? Fuck, I don't know the last doctor I've seen who had a mask on without asking me if I wanted them to do so. I've seen my gender care physician enough that she actually just puts it on before the appointment now. So I guess that's progress. First bunch of times she asked, which is still more considerate than not asking. That guy is dead. I don't think I don't really like that, but there's so many bad stray ends right now. I have 156. It feels unlikely that that's going to be needed, but maybe. Let's just say that you were 5-6. I hate when this tangles up. I don't know which one would be best. Eastern is what we get. I mean, this is going to wind up being another trip out here if I have to do potty. Stop masking, but you don't blame me. Well, a lot of people up here like to blame us for doing it. Besides the public safety thing, I have more than enough health issues, and so do the other folks here, that it's like, really isn't a good risk. I mean, I got... I'm trying to remember when I got COVID in 2022. It was after the Mentor tournament, so like I'd already been, you know, around Chair's stream and all of those other, everybody from that for a while. And since then, like, I don't feel like I'm anywhere close to where I was in terms of like full concentration and other faculties. Absolutely awful time with that, and honestly, I feel like my symptoms on the whole were probably more tame than my mom, who got it at the same time. She blames herself for giving it to me, but like, I don't know. She got it from the retirement home at which she lives. So it's like, well, alright, kids. You're self-destructive about your health, to be honest. I feel like I have been for part of my life. It's more apathetic than I think, like, actually focused self-destruction. That's something. I don't like the options that exist. All right, and we're gonna do Pyramid Fairy. I think I could justify K45 here. I probably should do K45 at this point. One of the folks here was buying wood the other day and then was recounting the story that he or discussion he had with one of the people who worked at the lumber yard, and it was like it was a thing that happened. It was a journey of a conversation. Self-neglect counts. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Huge levels of apathy, or worse. A lot of stuff where, honestly, it wasn't until last year doing like some additionally focused introspection that, you know, I mean, so many things started to make more sense, but that in particular, just like, oh yeah, these are just like stray feelings or just the normal feelings for so long. That's garbage. That's garbage. Hello, Shin. Thank you for the good luck. I hope you enjoy this array of crap that I have left. I'm very excited to see which of these one-offs is going to burn me the best. Could be any of them. This was an Agaseed. You needed to beat Lanmo for Castle Tower 2 to get your Dark World access, which is fun. People like that, I think. Why did I do it like that? It could be none of them? It could be. But it's not going to be. That would be too helpful. Oh, baby. Do I care about that small key now? Wait, let me see. It could be pod 6, don't care. It could be skull 3, don't care. No, I don't. That lumberjack key is garbage. Hammer was on Bumper Ledge, that was fun. And Cape was just in Thieves Town. It was really boring. Meanwhile, you're busy trying to get all your tile swaps out of the way before your actual race Wednesday. Good luck with that. I am not playing tile swap. Julo opted to take the first, make the first veto, and he vetoed Kaz Boots. So I was like, oh. What? Well, I mean, the thing is, I want to leave cross keys and Cabookey on the table. Oh, right. Right, the fact that I was in here already. So which would I rather play Julo in if he opts to play it? Enemizer or Tile Swap? And for me, the answer is Enemizer, because it's Julo, and Enemizer has the high potential for zany garbage. And, you know, I would like there to be some zany garbage. You just noticed Gravy joined Helper? She's so cute. Yeah, I figured it was time to make a change. I love Jinxie. But Jinxie also hadn't lived with us for well over a year. I don't even know. Time? How does that work? And I've been here for almost 5 months, so yes, little Gravy. I might have to resize the Gravy picture that one is from in the photo array, though, because that's the Gravy this everything is fine photo from when she was standing in front of the pellet stove. That's what the orange is in the background overhead. But you can't really see the text box in the photo. But I'm also very lazy. Like, that was a lot of work. by my standards to put that array together. I had to look up how to do it again. I had to then put the stuff together. That was about it. Oh, this is so exciting. Can y'all just... Ouch, why did I swing at him? Great. Yeah, gravy is such a... Oh my gosh, I was telling Clara earlier. So, my partner's got a... oh my gosh, no way. It was garbage. Can't believe it. Jeez. What a wild turn of events. Anyway, they have a, like a bucket seat kind of thing that's meant for, like, posture, for back posture. That they use for, like, long car rides or when they're in bed drawing and their back is not in a great position. But Gravy loves the ever-living crap out of this little bucket seat. It is not a fancy thing. It does not look really comfortable. In fact, I don't like sitting on it. I don't like the feel of it. I think it's like one of those things whose ergonomics either hit you right or they don't. She loves this bucket seat. In the entire time that we were down there in the bed, like, the second that seat came open, she was in it. It's a lot of sticks. They do have faces on them, though. So I think I might play it, but I'm not sure yet. I possibly should have done the Skullwood's Big Chest, but I don't know. I think, like, at this point I'm kind of saying screw it to that, screw it to the Swamp Big Chest, screw it to Iced Tea, screw it to Cutscene Chest and Mire. I need Fire Rod and Pod Big, that's it. Great. Pick up. She was very disappointed tonight when the bucket seat got put away. Neato! Okie doke. Pedestal's dead, so I don't care about that. Alright, Pot Big. Well, there is one spot in Pod that could burn me. Yep. Good start, good start. Excellent, good work. Love it. Huge. I don't remember where most of the other stuff was. I know that Castle Tower, like, this was a boring escape. It was Hyrule Castle, Small Key, and Dark Cross. Castle Tower 1, though, was in the back of Escape. And Master Sword was... Where was Master Sword? Saha? Yeah, I went to like it was like a toss up of being one from being, well, yeah. one from being able to beat either desert or eastern. Oh no, I was 2 from being able to beat eastern. Why did I do that? Helper got to be seen though, so that was pretty exciting. So I opted to do desert because I was 1 from being able to beat desert. And nope. It did have a funny sequence though. Awful shovel for awful flippers for lamp on the guy under the bridge. Then you needed that plus the glove, that lamp plus the glove to go beat land mode to get Castle Tower 2. To get your Dark World access. Go into pod and get your hook shot so you could get across. I was hoping that the item would be in one of those first 2 places. It wasn't. So we gotta go mountain. And I need to mirror because we beat Aga, as mentioned just seconds earlier. Alright. That guy died. Oh no, he didn't. Good on him. Very impressive. Hair basement's still out here. Spike cave is still out here. Yeah, I guess so. But also no. Also no though. How about that? Have we tried that? Well, I wonder if AFG's rolled some super garbage tonight. It's a shame I'll never find out just how garbage it is. But, you know, darn. Shin, when are you playing on Wednesday, by the way? Thank you. Because you saw when my you saw when my match is on Wednesday. It's technically not Wednesday. It's technically not Wednesday. I never know how to like do this. I think I push back and then do the fire rod lock stuff after if it doesn't pop in these bunch of checks, right? I don't know. Shin always knows how to skip stuff, and I'm like, do the things, except for this seed apparently when I've skipped stuff, but that's an exception to the rule. It should not be used as proof of anything other than hypocrisy. Great. I mean, once TR4 popped, I got suspicious, so. Boy, the stuff that exists past this is super trash, though. You know what? Kill this guy too. We get to see Helper. There he goes. I kind of want to like do a test for science for how. Oh my! Nobody's made a full-on cat sprite as like a main sprite. It's only been for bunny sprites, like a quadruped, not bipedal. Bipedal's basically no different from, you know, every humanoid character. Because there's like funny aspects of the smaller sprites, like the fish and the goose, and then there's jankier aspects. That's not the thing. Helper link, never link. Helper, just helper. See, that one I think I would have to try to get published, even though they said that they're not really publishing anymore of these. Great. It's like people need to be able to play as helper. I mean, I think that's just a truth. Immutable, really. Yeah, I think I pretty much need to do this stuff on the mountain. Because I've skipped catfish twice. I mean, I consciously skipped everything except for this swamp big chest. Everything that is unavailable. See, there we go. Never punished except for all those other times. Yeah, making the helper bunny sprite was interesting. I'm thankful that the Sailor Moon sprite that Mooney uses has a cat as a bunny sprite, because I used that as the basic template. I used a lot of different things for basic templates and then worked off of it. Because like a lot of the main sprite is based off of the Breath of the Wild Zelda that I've used for so long, but plenty of it had to change, especially the lower half of the body. Boop. But like most bunny sprites are comprised the same way, like basically the same orientation pixel-wise and height-wise. Oh, yes, middle of the room, right? Well, we don't care about turning that in. I do care about trying to get this untangled before the end game ends, because it's really bothering me. But I might not be successful. Oh, I'm so close, too. Please, game. Ah! That's only moderately better. Thank you for running into me, guy. You're the best around. This is another boring Cabookey with nothing in GT, which is sad. First one in a while that didn't take me into Castle Tower during the escape sequence, but there's been nothing in GT in the last like 4 of these I've done, which is dull. Do, 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 do. All of my zany skips worked. I think I only backtracked for one, and that was Cave 45, and I think that was justifiable. Of course, I have no idea what the 5/6s were, so that entire No, I guess I got the thieves big up in one of those checks. Be better if it was Graveyard Ledge, but I don't think it was. I think it was King's Tomb, which is a little less good, but it's fine. It's fine. That guy died. Ba-da-da-da-da. Roz does like a 2-bomb strat and tanks a bomb hit, but she's also much faster than I am at doing some of those things. So we just do our lazy 4-bomb tosses, hope to get lucky, didn't get lucky. Get our blue mail finally. Do I have to change my shirt now, or shoot? I mean, I could do it. It's gonna cost me more time. Ah! Did they hook the wrong thing? Oh dear, that was a good bonk. This is gonna be less than 174 too. Ugh. 6 things in TO, dear. 6 things. All 27 in GT. Like, there's nothing to get, especially after getting the mail. Friggin' wires. Just in an awful spot. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Do 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 do. Yay! Just in time to not have the wire on top of my right hand for the end of this seed. Do 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 do. I did not think that second one was going to hit him. That lined up timing-wise really poorly, and yet it didn't hit the spike, so whatever. I got run into there. I have 2 potions. I would prefer not to use either of them before the Genin fight. Oh, well, that was fine, I think. That guy died. That guy died. This guy needs to get back here so he can die. Do 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 do. Oh, jeez. That would have been nice. I've been getting bad RNG in that room lately for some reason. Don't have enough magic for... doing this solo. No. Please don't have a text box. Cool. I mean, I think pretty much if I triggered a quadrant glitch there, then I'm screwed anyway. So, I guess it really doesn't matter. But anytime I spin anywhere near that side, I'm just like, yeah, we're not playing this game. We're not playing this game right now. This is not really where I want. Oh, how the hell did I get a double off of that? Food. Ah! Well, the best thing I got was the jank double at the outset. Good fight. Do-do-do, do-do-do, da-da-da, da-da-da. Alright, let's see how my hands feel tonight. They're not going to let me get this straight up 1-1, so it just doesn't work. Oh, we got a shot. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, controller. Like, seriously. Fuck you. It turned the wrong way. I hate this controller. I really do. I had it all set up, too. I had the jank 1-in-1 set up. And then it turned me the wrong direction, and I wasted it. It's like... Yay! How much did we lose by? Like 5 minutes. It's fine. Tis fine. Thanks for the GG Shin. I appreciate it. I did not win. You're a liar. Oh, thank you for the GGs. A non-binary alien, Clara. Appreciate that. Yeah, I feel fine about this. I got a little bit unlucky to slightly wrong order the stuff before Dark World, but I mean, I lost by 5 minutes in spite of skipping all of that crap, so 'tis what it is. Trying to think what might be where like a faster avenue is. Maybe it's getting the it's probably doing the purple chest earlier. That's probably the answer. Where was Mirror? Oh, Mirror was Hype Cave. Right. Right, and I took Mirror in to do Swamp. Oh, yeah, I fluted. Yeah. So I fluted back because I couldn't take the Smith into Swamp, and I dumped him and did Sick Kid check, and then went back to do Swamp. So purple chest was super isolated. Oh well. Them's the breaks. And I just didn't do King's Doom because that was not great. It's another one where you got the mitts past the point where you're gonna do that, so. Oh well. Imagine stopping your timer. I tried to. Yeah, the bathroom break didn't cost me. Less than 174. Alright, that's it for now. I'm assuming that the restream is still happening, so. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to actually look. But we're going to raid MM2, who's doing a restream of Tyler and Doc. I'm assuming it's on. And if not, then he can send us somewhere else. Anyway, thanks everybody who hung out. Thank you for the GG Shin, a non-binary alien, Clara. Thank you, a non-binary alien, for the sub. I appreciate it so much. Wednesday midnight or Tuesday morning midnight? No, Thursday morning midnight, whatever. Take your Wednesday brag. Dang, that's a good streak. On Wednesday, after 11:59 p.m. on Wednesday, I'll play, what's his name? PRD Wong in cross keys, and he's gonna win, but whatever. It's a midnight game. We need to do it. So, hope everyone has a great night. Have no idea about tomorrow. Probably nothing or something. Whatever. Bye.